Hi, everybody. Welcome back to, it is February the 8th today. Yep.
February 8th.
Welcome back to another episode of Vulnerable. So I didn't ask you before because I wanted to know about it here.
Yep.
Can you tell us what you did last night?
So first of all, you rolled in here, and I was just wondering at 10:30 if that's coffee or Tito's or whatever first thing in the morning, and he's rolling with coffee.
I was gonna have a drink, but I just drank too much yesterday. I drank a little too much last night.
Well, I had I did not drink hardly at all last night because I was the driver. You
were the driver.
I was the driver, but I've already had about 2 or 3 cups of coffee, so I'm got a salt pack. You ever had those LMT packs?
Yeah.
This is like a new chocolate one, and it's like good.
Chocolate?
It tastes like chocolate milk.
Oh, does it?
It does.
Okay, there you go.
Like
Yeah,
chocolate
yeah.
milk.
Yeah.
Lisa got like a variety pack, and the chocolate LMT was in there, and she was like, "Ooh, what is this?" And I tried it, and it was
tastes like chocolate
it's
milk.
pretty good. Yeah.
Can I try it?
Yeah.
Let me get a little slurp of that.
Yeah. Tastes like
I don't want to
chocolate
drink
milk.
out of you.
Now she got
Tastes like a salty chocolate bar.
Yes.
Yeah, I mean, yes.
like a salty chocolate bar.
Yep.
Yes.
Yep. I think it's
Pretty
good.
Yeah, me too. That's kind of been my go-to now. So yeah. Yeah.
Chris, how you doing? I know we don't have had some battery issues. We don't have the camera on you, but how you feeling, buddy?
Feel all right.
So, Chris, I roll down here. I see him pull in, and I feel he's 40 minutes, what it takes Chris to get here. And so he had a last-minute offer to go to a Whitetails Unlimited banquet or whatever last night. So,
Yeah.
And apparently that can be, is it free beer?
Oh yeah, $50
yeah.
for meal and all you can drink beer.
Are you shitting me?
Oh
Really?
Oh yeah.
Wow.
Yeah,
I can see how that can happen.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was a fun time.
Looking a little frog-eyed.
A lot of beers were drank. A lot of donations.
I mean, whenever you're the person running a fundraiser, because I was the head of the Riverside Athletic Boosters Club and everything.
Okay, I didn't know that.
And whenever there is bidding going on of things, you have to have beer there. Like
Yes.
the people drinking, once you're drinking, the bidding seems to go up a little
Loosen
bit.
them up a little bit.
So, being there was a few people that thought you shouldn't be doing a athletic thing for a school and alcohol be involved, but it would not be a question if it was in Shelby
Yeah,
County.
that never even crossed my mind. It's adults going to a fundraiser.
But we had to be off of school site, or we had to have our own venue outside of then it was okay.
Gotcha.
So, yeah.
So just as long as you weren't on school grounds.
Correct.
Everybody.
Yes, everybody.
There had to have been like
happy.
2 or 3 complainers. There couldn't have been many complainers.
I agree. Yes, I agree. But so last night, this was our 3rd year, and friends of ours, they have a salesman who is their crop insurance salesman, and they have a boy that was born with heart problems.
Okay.
Born with it.
Yep.
And pretty much whenever you are born and you're in a children's hospital, you're basically attached to those people your whole life.
Yes. Yep.
Your whole life. And there is nothing hereditary, or it is just one in 100 chances of youth or a baby's born with, be it going backwards or some sort of a problem, or a hole between the two valve or the 2 portions of the heart that lets blood pass. But so so we went, and this was our 3rd year going, and it is called The Beat Goes On. So the 3 years that we have gone are the 3 years that it got big. Before that, I think they did like maybe a run or did little things and stuff. But then it's now became kind of everybody selling tickets and became a venue. And I think
The Beat Goes On. That is that's a great name.
Yes. Yeah. And it's a good thing. So this year, or whenever we left last year, I haven't done I haven't done a youth hunt for probably 5 or 6 years or whatever, and I thought it would be cool, so I donated a youth hunt that was auctioned off at the event
awesome.
and everything. So,
and you said it went for
3,500.
That's great.
It went for 3,500.
That's fantastic
for the 2-day youth 2-day youth season hunt, and I honestly don't even know who bought it. I thought maybe I would end up meeting them before the night or whatever.
Oh, you didn't get to meet
I
them?
didn't even meet them yet. So no, but dang, who was there? Trying to think who the entertainment was.
Montgomery Gentry.
But last year, it was. It was Blackhawk. Ever.
I don't know.
They were kind of a 80s, 90s country band. Blackhawk was there last year, and then this year was Eddie Montgomery, and because they were Montgomery Gentry. And Troy Gentry was in a helicopter crash in like 2017, I believe. We looked it up while we were driving home because we saw Eddie Montgomery at country concert in 2018.
Oh.
And whenever we saw him in 2018 and he was on stage, he was very emotional and stuff. And it was pretty much his first time on stage since he had passed. So I think he, and we were talking on the way home, I'm pretty sure that, he kept the name Montgomery Gentry. And I mean, it's surprising when you see somebody and, we pretty much knew, every song, that he sings and everything. And, so yeah, it was a great event. And then they surprised, since I had donated a hunt, they came up and handed Lisa and I like meet and greet stuff and everything. So we got to meet them, and yeah, it was a good time.
That's awesome.
It was a good time.
Were they nice?
Yes.
Everybody was nice.
Everybody's super cool.
The video was cool.
Super, just super patriotic people and everything.
I think he was wearing something?
Yes. And then a guy come on and sang 2 or 3 songs first, and he was like in the. He was an air trooper in Afghanistan, will help get dropped in and rescuing people and stuff. So
wow,
yeah. So that guy was and I think they've been together. I think the banner said their 26th year or whatever, and so then the guy who was on the keyboard, he had been with them the entire 26 years, I think. And then he had a $30 bet with the rest of his band. So after they came out for an encore, that guy came out by himself and asked if everybody had heard of the previous band that he was in. And he goes, I bet my friends $30 that everybody will know my band and this song. And so I can't remember the song, but the band was Ricochet.
I don't know.
Yeah, that's before you tell.
Did everybody?
Yeah. And everybody knew Ricochet, and everybody in the crowd was singing along to the song. So he was like, boom, won his $30
bet
off his friends.
That's
so
fun.
it was good.
How many? What's the boy's name? The beat goes on. It's not. Is it? I didn't know.
It's just not now. Every year there will be. So because of the speakeasy thing, everybody was dressed up and everything. There were like banners of like most wanted and stuff, and it had all these little kids on there. So
that's
awesome.
It's
for all kids.
It's a donation to a fund, another whatever, right?
To children. Basically, it is for lots of these parents and everything for covering cost when they're staying at these, because you're down there for 6 months, 8 months, or whatever, living in McDonald's, or wherever you're staying at. So it's just kind of, I think it's not paying for surgeries and such as much, but it's paying and helping for all that.
That's great.
So,
is there a total number that they raised last year, this year?
It was a lot. Their goal was, I think they are now at, over the 3 years, I think they're at like 1.5 million.
Holy shit.
Yeah.
That's fantastic.
Something like that.
That's great.
Yeah.
That's unbelievable. So how many people were there? I couldn't see from the video.
So the venue was in Salina, and I think there was 550 or 600 people last year. But it was kind of a little overcrowded, and I think they like backed it off to 500 this year. So there were 500 people.
Wow.
There. And then if they expand, they're going to need a new. They're like getting ready to probably cross the road for a larger venue.
Wow.
I would say
That's great.
Yep.
That's fantastic. What a fun night.
It was a good night. And speaking of beer and everything, there were gift packages of stuff and everything, and there was an entire pallet of Busch Light, a whole pallet, and then it had something else with it and something else with it, and so it was pretty cool.
That was something they were auctioning off.
Yes, that was one of the auction items.
That's cool.
Oh, and then the first people Eddie Montgomery. I think the last auction item, he must have said something, and he's had this one microphone stand with him for the past 20 years or whatever, and he auctioned off his microphone stand, and I think it went for $7,000.
Wow.
And then, so then the Busch Light and the package of all that, there was like somebody that was up there that opened before him that were like local people. And they said, with the party package, we will play at the party, whoever buys that package. So the pallet of Busch Light went with the opening entertainers, said they would come to a party.
Really?
Yes. Yeah. So
how much did that sell for? Do you know?
I'm going to say that was probably $3 or $4 grand.
Wow. That's fantastic.
Yeah. I had no clue. There was like I know we've talked about this too much now, but there was like a 3 or 4 pack of Pappy Van Winkle. Is that
Yes. There was a
$13,000 or $14,000.
Yeah. My brother-in-law has
13. It was like there were 3 or 4 of them.
Whole entire bottles, or just little?
Maybe ones like that. Like I don't think they were great.
They weren't
big.
Like 750 milliliters is like a standard bottle.
I don't think they were that big.
Yeah, they're her brother, my wife, my 21-week pregnant wife is over there, and her brother has 2 bottles. He said like the empty. I don't quote me on the numbers, but like he said like even the empty bottles are worth like $500. He has a bottle that I think he told me is worth several $1,000s that he's never opened.
Yes.
So I know they're huge.
Yes.
He said like he went to a bar and the guy had the entire set of the 6 grades. And I think he wanted like $35,000 for the 5 sets or something. It's big money. And I asked him, I'm like, he had drank the cheaper bottle, and I'm like, is it that good? He's like, yeah, it's good, but it's not. I think it's just the nostalgia or how rare it is. Or
we said if you cracked one open when you're with your friends, you would be so nervous. You would just you would do eyedroppers shots or with an eyedropper, so you didn't lose one.
Yes, yeah, that's awesome. Yeah, that's. I mean, I think it's so. I could be wrong, Chris. Maybe you can look up why Pappy Van Winkle is so rare, but I think it's so rare because it's just such a small batch that they have there's only
so much
100
per
barrels.
Year.
There's only like 100 barrels that come, ready. I could be wrong on that. I'm pretty sure it's just a very limited amount every year.
And is it like 10-year single batch, or is it?
I think there's several levels. There's like a 8-year, a 10-year, a 12-year, a 15, a 17.
It's basically the holy grail of super limited, long-aged Kentucky bourbon rye from the Van Winkle family that's produced at Buffalo Trace. It's famous for being hard to get in retail. And then they have like the lineup, 6-bottle lineup is Old Rip Van Winkle, 10-year, Van Winkle Special Reserve, 12-year, Van Winkle Family Reserve 13, 15, 20, 23.
23 years. Wow.
Can you imagine what a bottle of the 23-year-old?
I bet it's smooth. I bet it's very smooth.
Wow.
Yeah. So 10, 12, 13. What'd you say? 10, 12, 13?
10, 12, 13, 15, 20, 23.
Wow. Yeah. Buffalo Trace. I didn't know it was at Buffalo Trace. I didn't know that either. I didn't know that. Oh, it's awesome. And then you said there was a gold-plated.
Yeah, so being the
Speakeasy.
it was a speakeasy, and whenever you went into the place, or whenever we entered, there was like a young boy dressed like in the 20s with like a newspaper, and he would give you a little newspaper that would be like the seating chart and everything in the evening, and it was cool. It was good.
For people that don't, maybe some people don't know what a speakeasy is. It's during Prohibition, there was when there wasn't allowed to be alcohol sales, they had hidden rooms or hidden bars that they were called speakeasies. They could go in and drink during the Prohibition era. I was in not Canton, up by Cleveland. Is it Canton up by Cleveland?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
And I stayed at a hotel, and there was a speakeasy bar in the hotel, and they wouldn't tell you where it was. And I'm standing in there, and there's a big wall of glass behind me that's mirrored. And she said, it's out. I can't remember what they gave me to help me find it. And there was a phone booth outside. And I go outside and I pick up the phone. They're like, what's the password? And I'm like, I don't know. So I hung the phone up. I go back into the receptionist. She gave me the password. I can't remember what the password was. And I go back and I told them the password, and the whole back of the phone booth opened up. And when I went in, you like stepped down, but that mirrored glass was looking into the lobby of the hotel.
And what you could see everybody.
Yeah, you could see everybody. So they kept seeing me walk back and forth, and there's
the entertainment's just watching idiots trying to get in.
It was fun. I thought that was pretty cool. So.
There's one in Nashville, and I think it's a phone booth.
Okay.
Yeah,
I'm pretty sure there's one in Vegas. Justine, isn't there one in Vegas? A speakeasy, like a hidden.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm sure.
Yeah. So, she said we'll have to go back and find out.
And you kind of assume that I know people that have been in the one in Nashville, and they thought it would be real expensive, and they said the food was great, and it wasn't super. It was like it was a good time.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
I wish there was more of them. Chris, how many people were at? I haven't been to when's the last time you've been to a Whitetails Unlimited?
It's been a while.
Been a while?
Yeah, it's been a while.
How many people were there? Was it a good turnout?
Oh yeah, there was a lot. I mean, it was tight. There's a bunch of people in there. 200, 250.
And it was Shelby County?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I looked up, I don't think you understood my message. I was saying, why is Hardin and Logan County joined together, and it's in Hardin County now? It's September 13th. I thought that was kind of...
It's when the Whitetails Unlimited.
Yeah, Whitetails Unlimited for Logan County. Hardin County is September. I always thought they were in the, this time, February, March time frame, but... Yeah,
Champaign County is a big one too. I think
is it?
It's a real big one.
Yeah,
I think it's right at the Champaign County Fairgrounds or something. I think
it's been a long time since I've been to one. We went to more growing up with Dad and Grandpa. We went to more of the Ducks Unlimited.
Same here. I have 50 prints, or in a closet somewhere of all the Terry Redlands and all the
Okay,
of all the.
That's cool. What was I gonna ask? I really can't remember what I was gonna ask.
Trapping?
Yeah, that's what I was going to go to. Was So you didn't respond to my? I want to be a student. I didn't know you were doing it with Garrett.
Well, I mean, that's kind of what really, on top of us doing a podcast with the trapping, and then Garrett saying he wanted to learn how to trap.
Yes.
So then that's what which is my oldest daughter's boyfriend.
Yeah.
And so. That's what for Christmas, I got him trapping stuff and everything.
Nice.
And then the only problem is what I got him for Christmas, then I've bought myself more than I bought, it's.
What do you mean? You bought?
I bought myself now all these traps, and I then dove into it full blown myself. So.
What is
But I mean, but it was getting into it. And being out of it for 35 years, I really didn't know where to even begin other than dive in, and I bought some traps and then started digging in and investigating, and then got a couple traps of this kind, a couple traps of that kind, and just to check them out for myself and everything, and started finding out, okay, this trap blows this trap away.
What do you like? What's your trap?
And I've been going with four-coil. So, there's, a trap set that goes down and it has 2 springs on it. I've been getting them with four with 4 springs on them, just because exploding through the dirt better and stuff, and with the coyotes. And
they can yank their, if it's 2, you think they can yank it before it catches them, or is it just the compression on the?
Yes, little of both. The coming through the dirt and the holding power.
Gotcha.
A little bit of both. But I got number 2s, which is about as big as we can use in Ohio. Number 2 traps, depending upon, because we're allowed to be like 5 5/8 inside jaw spread, I believe.
That's
that's our state regulation.
Can you look that? Just
I'm
curious.
I'm pretty sure it's 5 5/8.
5 5/8, because I'm writing myself some notes here. What's the
And so then I got a MB 550s, which are Minnesota brand. That's the name, Minnesota brand 550s. And then I got some Bridger number 2 four-coil, and they're dogless.
What's that mean?
So dogless does not mean it's not going to catch a dog. Dogless is, so whenever here's the pan, here's the thing that, and here's the jaw.
Yeah.
There's a thing that one that has a dog. The dog is the thing that flips over the jaw.
Okay.
And connects to the pan. So in other words, it's the little lever. It goes over, and if here's where they step on, and so it like is a trigger, it locks in with that, and when they step on it, the dog then flips up and the jaws come.
What's the benefit of having the dog?
That's just the way traps work. Now they make dogless one that the pan itself has the lever that connects to the jaw.
Gotcha.
So it does not have a dog.
Gotcha.
But back in the day, whenever we were buying them, we were having to file and adjust and do all this and that and everything. These Bridgers and the MB 550s, they pretty much come
ready to go,
ready to rock and roll.
Ready to go.
They have a night latch on them, so you will set it, and when you set it, the pan will be up in the air. That's what the animal steps on.
Mm-hmm.
But you then it's called a night latch, and then you just pull it down till it goes, and it'll click. And when it clicks, the pan's pretty much flat and it's set. And I'll have a 3 or 4 pound weight that I pretty much don't want them to go off with 2 or 3 pounds. So I'll set on it, and I want them about 4 pounds is what you'll want them to go off on. So basically, if the trap is set, and if I have a 2 pound weight, I should be able to set it on it and it not go off.
Yeah.
So I want to put a 4 pound weight on it and it go off. And you can adjust the you can adjust the tension.
That's what I was going to ask. So you're adjusting that tension. You're doing that at home. You're setting it up, and
that is correct.
Yeah, you're adjusting and then taking it to the field. You have it all dialed in.
It's all dialed in.
Gotcha.
Yes.
Yep. And
so you basically just you want them to be committed, when they step on it, and not be a hair trigger
just
thing.
Barely putting their foot. Yes. They want them to push.
Committed, and then you get a nice high foothold.
Was that probably you had back when you used to do it? You probably had the. Was there any adjustments?
I really
to that?
wasn't even thinking of the 4 pound adjustment and all that crap and everything way back in the day. No.
So Garrett got his first. Last night
we have been putting cameras on everything.
Yeah,
and so the whole kind of trial and error thing. Number one has been, there were deer season's over. This stuff starting to come, the UPS, the FedEx guys coming every day with something from F&T, which is in Michigan, or Hoosier Trap Supply in Indiana, and I just got stuff coming. My wife, she's thinking, what in the hell what hobby are you doing now? And, but there's like 12 inches of snow, and so it's like, and so I got antifreeze dirt, which is, wax flakes that's the dirt's heated and tumbled, and the wax is kind of done on it, and and I spent some money on that. And no, I mean, in the meantime, then I've couple old barns. I just go into the old barns, and there's like powder dry dirt in there, and basically I've been using that and have had good results with it. I mean, I'm catching them when it's 0 out with this dry dirt, and it's been snowed on a little bit and stuff. So I've had pretty good luck.
So what, like with the snow, what's your procedure? What are you looking for, and how do you?
I mean, I'm pretty much know where I want to make my set, and I'm pretty much driving my truck down, and that way making a place where they want to walk in my truck, in my truck path, make it easy for them. And then I basically just get out, and I have a snow shovel, and I've just been clearing just a little bit to have like some grass backing or whatever right off of my tire track, make my set, and kind of blend it a little bit, but I'm just doing dirt holes. And, you know, I started out by doing some step down sets, which is, you know, it's kind of where you're kind of have them completely funneled, and your trap might be 1.5 inches to 2 inches lower than the rest of the ground. And if they're going to investigate, they're like fully committed once they step down. Yeah. But the problem with the step down set is with snow and wind, and that just gets covered fully filled with snow. Yeah. So I have not done step down sets. I did away with them, and I've just been doing regular dirt hole sets.
I mean, so are you driving along the edge of a wood line, a woods, a grass
pretty
field?
Much.
Any edge?
Pretty much back to the the just kind of figuring out so the time of year right now with the coyotes is they're kind of breeding season, and everything I've read and studied, I think their travel is down. If you're trapping October, November, I think they're covering some ground, covering some territory. I think that now their travel area has kind of shrunk down a little bit. So right now it kind of helps to know roughly where you think their home core is and everything, and be trapped, somewhat close to that.
Right.
Like the female I caught the other day, there was a giant, it was timber, but there was also some edges that had been cleared, and there was a big bulldoze pile, and she probably had a den, in that. Yeah. Starting to get a den in that bulldoze pile, I would say. But and the big thing is and so we have cameras on all of them. But what I was going to say is in the beginning, I have a bunch of Tacticams, and a lot of them are infrared Tacticams. And so if here's the set, and I was putting the camera like right, not far away, right there, and I feel they can see the infrared. Yeah, and they were spooked by the cameras were spooking them. Yeah. So then I have some no glows and some. So now whenever I making my set, I also have the tree picked out kind of where I want my camera. So I will, if I'm here, I might be 25 or 30 yards away with my camera. So my camera is plenty far enough away that I'm going to catch movement and catch the animal in the trap. And it's far enough away that it's not spooking them. Yeah. So and I can't remember. Does Tacticam have the like on demand picture that you can just like click it and make it? If you pay more, you can. Okay. The pay more package has a take a picture now thing. It does,
because that I just know they're all different, right? And Moultrie has that on the he has the Moultrie Edge. I have the Edge 2s. On the Edge 2, I can. So I because you were talking about having to get further away, and even if it didn't trigger, it'd be nice to be able to just click it and look at it.
The biggest thing with the cold temps is I might have a lithium pack in them, or I might have, and it could be it says 32% battery life, but the son of a bitch dies. Yes. And then you don't, if you're not paying attention, man, that thing hasn't had a picture in a day and a half or 2 days, or it might be looking like it's working, and then I think then it dies through the night, and then it'll warm up and decide to send a couple pictures from 3 days ago. Yeah. And so the traps are definitely not a foolproof thing. You know, I just kind of pay attention to them, and I'll still do drive-bys in glass and everything. But the key is just to stay the hell away. I have caught that last female was 2 days. The set was in for 2 days, but it may have got a little skiff of snow on it that may have done away with some of my scent. But it's usually 3 or 4 days before, you know. And if you got a set with cameras on them, you'll see them kind of maybe do a cruise by at 10 yards or 5 yards. But I think you got too much smell there and the disturbance. You know, at first I was I would kind of shovel and have a great big exposed area. And now I'm just more a little subtle and just kind of do enough to make my set, and then just kind of
back brushing it,
and then just kind of back brush it in a little bit to where it kind of looks more natural.
You're down to like maybe a 2 or 3 foot where you were doing something.
I was shoveling a big area or whatever.
And I mean, when you were doing the big area, were you leaving it, or were you back brushing all that?
No, I was kind of just leaving
making it to where they wanted to just get in there and look around.
Yeah.
Was that the thought?
Yeah, I mean, I really just was trying to get a good place for me to work or whatever and stuff. But
is there something? Talk to me like I'm stupid, but like, is there something that is attracting them to put their paw there?
So then so basically I'm doing dirt hole sets. So I have I have an auger on my drill, a 2-inch auger.
Yeah.
But the problem with the 2-inch auger right now is there's about 8 to 10. The ground's frozen, probably 8 to 10 inches.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, so the auger, you know, and there's different thoughts on. I'll do about you know, like 45-degree angle or whatever, you know, and so it'll go just a little bit, and then it'll grab, and then you'll got to pull it out. And the longest part of the process right now is the chipping of your hole for your trap.
Yeah,
because the ground's frozen. You know, it's like you need glasses because it's like shrapnel flying as you're picking away. But get the dirt hole, and you know, I'll try to get the dirt hole 10 inches to a foot down, and then I dig. You know, that was the part that took me some getting back into the, like, riding a bike or whatever, is how big, because if here's your trap, you know, you don't want to make a hole that big,
right?
You know, you just want it to be roughly about the size of
the trap,
about the size of your trap, and then a nice cone shape, because these number 2 traps, the swivel and everything comes off the bottom. So when you set it in the hole, you have to have room for the chain and stuff. And
the chain's underneath.
And the swivel and a chain comes off the bottom of the trap.
Okay.
And then
do you have one? Can we grab one real quick? Do you have one in the?
No, they're all up at the house. There's one in the back of my truck.
Can you grab it real quick?
Yeah, there's one in
is
the
that
back
okay?
of my truck.
Yeah.
Just
to give a little, I want to see it. Yeah, grab
see it.
Yeah, grab
Okay.
it. Yeah, we'll just take a quick
Pause.
5-second break here. All right, now we're back. So we're digging a cone. We're digging a cone in the ground like this, right? We're setting
so when the trap sets. So when it sets, it's like you need cone underneath that for that to set.
Yes.
Because if not, and it's setting on that, then it's all
wobbly. Yep. So this is at the bottom of the
that's where my stake goes through.
Yeah, you're putting and that stake is at a 45 degree.
No, I have 24-inch, half-inch rebar stakes with a washer on top of them.
And you're pounding those into the frozen ground right now?
But they also, I will probably get next year, they make these, they make things that are on a cable, and you pound them down, and it has a little thing on the end that it goes down, and then you like give it a pull, and then it's like a pyramid shaped.
Yeah.
And then you give it a pull, and then it turns sideways.
Oh, gotcha.
And so then you don't have to tote around all these big heavy cables and everything.
Yeah.
Or big heavy stakes. But with that said, so if the bait hole, I pretty much slam my trap you know, if here's the bait hole,
Yep.
I want this to be about, that's where they step.
Yep. Yep.
So I want that to be roughly about, I go about like that, you know, 8 or 9.
Yep.
You know, I want that to be about 8 or 9 inches back.
Okay.
So with this trap, it's pretty much, and I will set, so that's the dogless. So when I push down and it is set, like that clicks onto that.
Okay. Yep. Yep.
I'll set one here. I'll set one here, and I'll set it in a second and show you.
Okay.
So, and whenever I said 4-coil or 4-spring, there's the
Yep.
4 springs. You know, there's the swivel, and then another swivel.
And that's just so they don't get
Twist
it
and
bound
twist and twist. Yes,
Yep.
yes. But so then if here's the hole, I usually try to put this at about 1 o'clock.
Okay.
So if the hole's 12, I try and have it set to where that is about 1 o'clock.
The
dogless
pointing.
part is at about 1 o'clock
to the bait hole.
to the bait hole.
Okay.
If the bait hole's 12, the trap is set, and that thing is at about 1 o'clock.
Why is that?
Just the way.
I mean, is it something about what you've just learned over the years that just works the best?
That their foot doesn't get thrown or whatever. So but because, and you know, you hear back so far, offset, whatever. But a coyote, when their nose is in something, their feet are almost right under their nose.
Okay.
That's why I slammed right up against the hole.
Oh, the bait hole is slammed right against the hole for your trap.
Correct.
Because
they're basically where their nose is, their feet are almost directly underneath their nose.
And how big's what's your
2-inch diameter hole?
Yep.
And then so that was kind of the trial and error with the cold. I use something that has a lot of smell that with the 0 temperatures doesn't get froze and the smell go away. So it seems like a lot of the baits have some beaver castor and stuff in them, which has a pretty good smell. But then lure-wise, a lot of the lures will have a skunk essence in it that lasts a long time with the cold.
Yep.
Yeah, so sometimes if I have something that's really, really strong, I might have my set, and then 3 or 4 feet away, a limb, the super strong stuff I might put up on a limb or something.
Gotcha.
Just to kind of maybe get them drawn to the area, then they work the set.
Something that catches them 100, 150 yards away, and then something that dials them in when they get there.
Yes, yeah. So,
and I think Chris had a better understanding. You were saying that if the trap is here, the bait hole or lure hole is here, you want some brush or something so they can't get around. You're
correct.
Forcing them.
I just like some sort of a backing, be it a little clump of grass but right now there's a little clump of grass and 12 inches of snow. So there's plenty of backing right now.
Almost just trying to funnel them into that one.
That
one area.
Yeah. And I mean, whenever I make my dirt hole, and it's all just kind of, you just use a little bit of the stuff that's around that you'll kind of place here and there that the almost funneling them to step that they're going to want to step right there.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like a little couple clods or some shit might be here or something here. You just want them to step right
little
there.
Stick, you just want the path to kind of funnel right in.
To the,
down
the runway.
I'm assuming you're wearing gloves.
Yeah, I wear gloves.
Yeah, like gloves or like late. I mean, something for. Is there anything specific?
If you watch a lot of video, there are people setting them with their bare hands and stuff and everything. But I mean, right now because of the cold, I try to. I think I just have 2 or 3 pair of real of like leather gloves and because I like cotton ones and stuff but they get wet and then your hands are frozen.
So with your new traps, you aren't doing anything to these traps other than?
I mean, this bridger, pretty much, I got a new dozen right out of the box, and I tested them all. And other than set the pan tension a little stronger, they were pretty much ready to rock.
Do you boil them? I
boil them. You can you can just probably put them in the dishwasher, run them through a dishwasher cycle, but just trying to get all the oils off of them and everything. So I boil them with a big pot with some Dawn soap, and then I hang them, let them dry, and then I've got some. Since they're new and they have no rust on them, I have this stuff called bulletproof dip that I just give them a quick dip, which is it's a wax.
Gotcha.
Put a little wax cover on it.
And the wax dirt is so it doesn't freeze, it stays fluffy.
So then basically whenever I make the set, I'll put because peat moss, you see a lot about peat moss or whatever, which doesn't draw moisture and everything and has zero moisture. But I'll just lay a little dry dirt in the bottom so it doesn't freeze to the trap, don't freeze to the ground. And then, I mean, the key of trapping is basically it has to be bedded. Like your trap has to be, you can't be afraid of the trap going off on your hand.
Yeah.
You got to be comfortable working around the trap. And so you should be able to touch it anywhere and it not move.
Wobble. Yeah.
And it not move.
Because if they feel that, they're out.
So what I do, if my trap is here and it is set, I will flip this jaw up in the air while I'm working. And if it is set and if it's already kind of twisted and locked in place, and then I will pound my stake in. I will pound my stake in so this jaw, when I'm done, sets on the stake on the head of the washer. That's my support for my loose jaw.
Gotcha.
So
makes sense.
Yeah. So versus trying to find a rock I will just pound my stake in, and the washer's right here. Then I'll flip the jaw down, and it'll just be setting perfectly right on there. And then you should be able to touch the trap wherever, and it be rock solid. And then I pretty much use aluminum. I cut my own aluminum pan covers because I'll put a piece of aluminum screen.
Okay.
Just like
aluminum screen.
Just like that.
Oh, okay. Yep, just a window screen.
Aluminum screen, and I have mine cut, and then that will. You really don't even need to have a pan cover for these bridgers, so they say. But some people will stuff insulation or pipe insulation under them. I do the screen over them, and then all the dirt I have in my bucket's already pre-sifted. Then I start putting it around, and then I just pack it. I start packing it in rock solid, so it is completely solid around it. The trap's completely solid. And then my screen's there, and then I just kind of finish it off with a nice thin layer.
I don't understand. What's the screen or the insulation for underneath?
So that way it doesn't fill with dirt underneath it.
Oh, gotcha. Yep. Okay. Now I'm with you.
And now if there's dirt under it,
and it won't set. Yeah. Okay, I gotcha.
I mean, that's not really a big deal, but if you're gonna leave your sets out and it gets some rain or some, and then dirt starts washing underneath the pan, so you're just basically trying to make it weatherproof.
Yep. Okay. Now I'm with you.
Because the key is really just to leave them alone.
Yeah.
Leave them alone.
It's a freaking art. It really is. It's you're kind of building your little portrait, and then
kind of sorta,
and just maybe the bait hole is at a 45-degree angle.
I mean, you can play around with that. I mean, really, you think if and I'll stuff a little something in it, so they can smell something beyond that, and they want to spend a little time trying to get that out or whatever.
Yep.
Versus if here's your hole, you have nothing, they can walk up, look in it, but
yep,
so
makes sense.
It could almost kind of be straight up and down, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I kind of do a little bit of an angle.
Interesting.
Yep.
I love it. Yeah, I mean, if like one of these Saturday or Sunday mornings, if you're setting new, I'd love to go out and just watch or try and do it. Cause
it sounds like you guys see lots of coyotes.
Got lots of coyotes. Yeah. I think on all 3 properties we have, I've seen coyotes on all 3.
So, currently, I only have a couple dozen and I have all these places. So I'm usually just doing 1 set per, but Garrett caught, cameras rolling on his sets and he just had 1 set out, but, the coyote he caught last night, he caught it at about, 11:50 or something like that. And, there were 2 more came around it while it was in the trap. Like he had 2 other dogs.
Yeah.
So other words, if if I'm sitting on 80 traps or 90 traps, it's kind of beneficial to do like to do doubles or whatever, because that dog's sitting there barking and stuff, and he's calling other ones in to him.
If you do a double, how do you do a double? Do you literally just put it around?
No. I'm saying 15, 20 yards apart.
You just set another set.
Do a set there and a set.
Gotcha. Not literally around, but another opportunity for them to go after it.
Yeah.
So is Garrett only running 1 trap right now?
No, I think he has 6 or 7 in the ground right now, or something like that.
If a guy wants to make it, somebody that's listening and that gets intrigued by this, like myself, how many traps do you recommend starting out with? Like, what's a good starter kit and how much money do you have
The key to, the key to catching coyotes is it's a numbers game. I mean,
the more you have,
correct. It's just a numbers game, because I have about 16 in the ground, hoping to do another however many this afternoon. But I have 16 in the ground, and I caught 3 this week, because the coyotes do not run all the time, so. It's just if there's a good night that they do run or whatever. If you have, I felt if I have 4 dozen out, if I have 48 traps out,
holy shit,
I figured 1 or 2 a day.
Okay.
Catch 1 or 2 a day if I have a good 4 dozen working sets out.
So like a 4 to 5% catch rate.
Yeah.
Does that sound about? If you have 100 out, you're gonna maybe catch 4 or 5 a day.
Yeah. Yes. That's kind of what I would say.
Yeah.
I mean, people are going to probably disagree or whatever, but
you think they think that's going to be too high or too low?
No, I don't know. I think that's pretty good.
It depends on your location, what you have, your set, how good you are at your sets. I mean, there's a lot of. It's just like deer hunting. There's a lot of variables.
A lot of variables.
Yeah.
But
you're going out this afternoon to set more.
I'm gonna try and get another 5 or 6 sets out.
Garrett
today.
Going with you?
He's kind of doing he's got his own places.
Can I go with you?
Huh?
Can I go with you?
Yeah.
I just got to drop her off and just up the road in Bell Fountain. I mean, I got stuff in the truck.
Yeah.
I don't have anything to do.
Yeah.
I'd like to go. Yeah, that's awesome. What time is it? 11. How long we been running, Chris?
12, 49 minutes.
49 minutes? Yeah. Is there, go ahead.
No, that was me.
Oh.
I think it'd almost be kind of cool just to take a video.
Yeah, I was going to.
Yeah, watching it, that'd be cool.
Yep. Well, like if you're okay with that, Joel, if you're doing it, I'm just going to video it from A to Z.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah. But it is, I feel once you're good and efficient and cranking, and you can crank them out on what my plan is for next year. I would like to, number one, I will put you on this. I want to get something going with Tacticam. I want to have about 100 cameras.
And do it big.
100 cameras, so that way come October, November, when it's deer time, I can have 50 on sets. Because when I have nobody through October, I would like to get the line out, because I think I can have sets out where I'm not disturbing my deer hunting.
Right.
And then I still need a bunch of cameras for my deer stuff.
Yeah.
So
yeah. Yep.
And I would like it to be that people, you just maybe follow, subscribe, whatever, and can watch.
Yes.
And can watch all the traps.
Oh, that would be,
Not a bad idea.
that's a pretty cool idea. I like that. Yeah, that's awesome.
I mean, it's like Christmas every day.
Yeah.
Just when you see a coyote bouncing in your trap
That's a great idea. I like that kind of a live interaction. That's cool.
Yeah. Yeah.
I like that a lot, Joel. I would, never mind. That's not conversation for this. Is there anything else while we're on that subject? Any little.
So now I have the coyotes in this evening. I'm going to, some of them are nice looking pelts and everything. And I'm probably I need to go that road next. I need a fleshing board and fleshing tools and stretchers.
Yeah. So. Are you capable of just taking the coyote to just the whole entire coyote?
There's
people
nowhere.
Nobody wants that.
No,
you have to actually do.
I mean, even if I do all that work and put it up, it might be worth $20 or $15 or I don't know.
So you're gonna
Western coyotes are probably worth a little bit more. Yeah.
What's the size of it? Like Garrett's. I thought Garrett's the picture you sent, and we'll post that.
That was a male.
Okay with that.
That was a male.
That was a big one.
So I want to. These few I have in my thing just to get going for the time being. I'm probably going to take the digital scales from our house. I'm probably going to step on it and then grab the coyote and step on it and come up with a weight. Of what I'm going to guess in the 30s. I'm going to guess in the 30s.
30s.
Yes.
Yeah, the one Garrett, I don't know if it was because he was sitting behind, but it looked like a big male. I was thinking 40-pound male. I don't know, just looking at it. But
so then real quickly, I think the day will come. So I was at this fundraiser. I was sitting beside somebody that's local, and the bobcat was hit beside his house.
Oh, was it? Okay.
And the one farmer boy, they were going by in tractor or whatever, and stopped and saw it. And I saw the picture, and I mean, it was like that. Like touching the ground. The bobcat was.
I don't understand what you're saying.
It's a big bobcat.
They got out and saw the bobcat dead in the ditch.
Yep.
Got out, and then I saw the picture of them holding it.
Holding
it up.
Oh,
And
I'm
it's
sorry.
like-
Them holding it. It
It's
was
like
that
this, touching the ground.
Holy shit! It was that big.
Yes.
I didn't think bobcats got that big. In my head, I didn't think they were that big.
Bobcats get big.
Wow.
Yes. A big mature
So
bobcat will get
I've always
big.
said if they're and
So they said that the game warden told them that they usually run in groups of 3.
that's why I was about to
Like
say if there's
2 females and a male, or 2 males and a female. I think it was 2 females and a male or something like that. But they typically are in like groups of 3.
Can you ask estimated amount of bobcats in Ohio right now?
It is. I guarantee in the next few years there's going to be talks of a season.
Yeah.
So I think it's getting to that. And I am. So I had to the north. There was a property that was about to be logged, and I had a camera in it. I went in. He had just started, and his equipment was sitting there. A couple trees pulled out. I went in to pull a camera, and and I heard something, and I caught it going through the timber, and I'm 95% sure it was a bobcat.
Yeah.
Yeah, it didn't have a tail.
Right.
It wasn't a coon.
Yeah.
And it was about the size of a a little smaller than a coyote, no tail, and it took off running. And I'm like, I think I just saw a bobcat.
I know in the last 5 years, the Urbana property and that, what that area looks like.
There's got to be a bobcat
I've
over there.
gotten 2 pictures of, but the problem is they're always, they're quick, and it's always, but no tail, points on the ears, large. You're like, that's not a cat. That's not a coyote. So I've gotten 2 pictures in the last 3 or 4 years I've sent to my grandpa and my dad. They've looked at them and they're like, I'm like, what is it? And they're like, that's a bobcat. They're in that area. That area.
We've gotten one definite picture, maybe 3 or 4 years ago, Union County.
Union County.
Of a bobcat.
Yeah. So what's it say? What's the estimates?
Caught me there. It said roughly 1,000 statewide. It said in 24, Ohio Division of Wildlife received 1,465 bobcat sighting reports. 777 were confirmed. And it just said right now they're basing it about 1,000.
See, to me, if you
So
have,
I'm saying that it's 4,000 to 5,000.
that's exactly what I was going to say. I'd say any number they're saying, because I mean, if you're confirming 700, take that times 5 to 10. Because if you see one, there's
I've never seen one, and they're around here.
Yes, yeah, that's my point. Is that they could be out there. They're very elusive. I mean, I don't know a lot, but I'm sure that's a very elusive animal. You know,
How often do you see coyotes?
Not very often. Not very often. A couple times a year.
I've lived here I hear them every night, but handful of times I've seen them in weather and like this time, like this, but you don't see them.
Nope. In my entire life of hunting and driving, I've only seen 6 or 7 coyotes.
And try and draw on one in a tree stand when they come by. They're like
little bop 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 head.
Yeah,
they're you can't. I have always said, people think deer hunting's hard. Go out and try to kill a coyote. That's a lot. I think it's probably a lot more difficult than killing in the set that you're sitting in, a whitetail set. So I'm excited for, that's the other thing I wanted to know. I'll get the brand of your scope. I'm pretty sure there is a camera we can buy that records everything you see on that scope that you have.
Well, the scope will have a SD card recording everything.
Oh, it does?
Yes.
Okay. I'm pumped for that.
Scope cam.
I'm wondering what you want me to buy to be able to go with you, because I am stoked about that.
So
I'll go out and get any property. I'll try and ask everybody you want. I'll go on.
You then can get the Army flip down
night vision,
which is what the person who's kind of been telling me, that's what he says. That's my most. So he doesn't sit there. It seems like a lot of overkill, but he does not sit there on his scope. He's
watching.
He has that with his scope on the bog pod, and then he has that then doing all the looking.
Wow. That to me, I watch those videos every time a hog or coyote video comes up with the infrared. I watch it because it's unbelievable. And I saw a video of a guy that silenced his, like you were talking about. Yeah. And it was like they were within 75, 100, and probably 150. And then they kind of stopped.
I see on social media people like with 4.
Yes.
Like shooting 4 with their silencer on one set.
It always seems like you kill the one, the other 2 stop, you kill the second one, the third one runs, and then you shoot the third one on the run. It's like the third one's like, something's not right here. Jimmy keeps dropping, Bob just dropped, I need to get out, dodge.
So I've already been in the second floor of the house, the girls' bathroom. So I want to, out the back of the house. I've been, I know right now where 2 or 3 roadkills are.
Yeah.
And put a camera on them.
Yep.
Put it I would probably stake them,
Yep.
Put some so they can't drag them away.
Yes.
Stake them down and put a camera on it and just be on call in the house with the thermal.
Yep. That'd be awesome.
Yeah.
That'd be awesome.
Yeah. Lisa and I'll be watching the show. Where are you going?
I'll be right back.
Yeah, I'll be right back.
Plug your ears.
Yeah.
I'll be right back. So did you apply for your silencer yet?
No, I haven't done that.
Yeah.
I haven't done that. I'm trying not to get too deep with the little baby steps with the wife.
I do that. I'm bad about that. Justine can attest. I go balls deep.
I am too.
Right away.
Yes, I am too.
I wanted to kind of wrap this episode up. I was shifting gears. I was talking to my mom and dad last night about the property they own, where I took my buck that I told on the last podcast.
Yep.
And it like a memory came to me last night, and I texted my mom because both my grandparents, Grandma and Grandpa Frank and Eve, have passed away. And I like this memory come to me out of nowhere because we were talking about the property. We went over there, Justine and I did, talk to my mom and dad. That night, I'm sitting on the couch. She fell asleep, and I'm thinking about the property, and because we want to develop it. And I was talking to Dad a little bit more about how to develop it. And I had this memory come back to me of my grandpa Frank used to have a path that he mowed around the outside, and we'd walk it, you know. And it was one of my favorite memories. But I can remember I was 8, 9, 10, somewhere in there, and the first time I ever saw a deer up close, maybe a moment that stuck with me was we were walking the path and looking back on it, probably the wind was in our face. You know, I didn't know that then, but we were on the edge and we looked into the woods about 10 yards and there laid a 8-point buck sleeping in the middle of the day. And I just remember there as a kid, we're standing there and the buck stands up and runs away. And I just like seeing the antlers and everything that went with it. My grandpa Frank's like kind of pointing me and we're walking up softly and we probably, you know, and it was just like, I think that was maybe one of the moments I was like upset or like, you know, you got so excited about the deer and then you started looking for I think that was the moment where that was the moment
that I want to kill one of these folks.
Yeah. Well, a love
the
kill,
love of the animal.
Yeah.
Yes.
I think, and I texted my mom, it was late and I knew she was asleep, but I texted her that and I was like, this memory just come to me and I texted her and she loved that and appreciated it. And I just thought that was kind of cool to.
Yeah. Just like the coyote. I mean, you know, it's a you know, you're when you pull up, it seems like you got somebody's dog in a trap.
Right.
I mean, you know, they're barking at you like a dog and everything. But then you just think of the turkey population that sucks and this and that and everything. That just trying to think that all right, maybe I'm helping this and that and everything.
Right.
And I've read several. You know, once you dive into something, you start reading everything you can about stuff.
Yeah.
At least that's the way I am. And it said, you know, you hear that if you catch 4, the mom will have 7, or they'll have instead of 2 or whatever. And it says that basically, I read a big Realtree article on, and it said that's pretty much a myth.
Yeah, I mean, how can
It says that's a myth. That kind of just.
I'll try to. I assumed because how can they control the amount of eggs they drop or, you know, go ahead.
Eggs they drop.
I mean, when you're fertilizing an egg, I'm thinking how can they have when they're.
I'm
literally talking about pregnancy.
Got it.
I'm like, how can they control the amount of eggs that are fertilized?
I was going to say, if you think a coyote's laying
eggs,
that's
not what I meant.
We got a long ways to go,
man. No. I was just thinking, how can she control how much she is, you know, how many pups she has? That doesn't make any sense.
But
how big are their eggs when they have them? About that big? Yeah. No, I'm kidding.
The one thing I heard was it's not how many they have at a time. It's if they see that the group is dwindling, she goes into heat several times. It's not like one. I don't know. That could be a part of the myth, though, too. Like
I think they're one time a year. They're February. They're right now.
Yeah, because
goes in. Or I don't know.
I think it's a 6-month carry time, 5-month, 4-month carry time, 5-month carry time. I'm sure they're just like dogs.
So I know that I have taken out the whole posse in turkey season, end of April, beginning of May, and they'll be like that. So if she's bred right now, so that would be the rest of February, so March.
So about 4 months, 3 months.
March, only like.
Where are we at, Chris?
Let's say 3 months. Yeah, see what a coyote's gestation period is.
Gestation. There you go. That's a good word. Big word. Goes along with those eggs being fertilized.
Yes.
The embryo. It's not the egg. It's an egg, isn't it? Gosh. Go ahead.
Hold on. I was reading something else.
God, I feel like this is a quick question.
Yeah, come on. There's no camera on him today. And
he
feels like he's under no pressure now.
Yeah. Still typing a lot for this question.
I was reading something else, and
can we?
It says right around 2 months, but I don't believe
No,
that. I think
that's what Joel just said.
Around 2 months.
Yeah.
60 to 63 days.
That's probably right.
That's probably spot on. That's really quick. I didn't think it was that fast, but
because they're breeding now, and like I said, and they were enough that they could run from you.
yeah. I was just thinking about labs. Like my dad, I think good breeders will only breed a dog once a year, but you can do twice a year. I was trying to put it in perspective of that. Yeah. But all right, hey, great episode, everybody. That was fun.
Let's go set some more coyotes.
Yes. Yep. Thanks. Bye.